So now students, in the last lecture we discussed about the binomial probability. There we have seen different kinds of examples and with their solutions, and also I told you to get practice with these examples. Now let us see more examples based on binomial probability, because all these examples are very much important. Now let us see one more example. It is also a special type of example because you will get new things from the example. The example is very simple. Simply you refer your attention. So you must write down simultaneously with me. So out of 1,000 families, with 4 children, how many would you expect to have at least one boy, two boys, 3 no girl, 4 1 or 2 girls, given the probability of a boy is 0.5. So see here, this example is also very simple. There are 4 different questions, but the solution is not difficult one. Just you read this one. Out of 1,000 families with 4 children, that means here collected a data of 1,000 families. In each family there are 4 children, only 4 children, not less, not more. Okay, so how many would you expect to have? At least one boy. That means in a family at least one boy should be there. At least one boy means one boy or 2 boy or 3 boy or 4 boy. It cannot increase then because there are only 4 children. Okay, 2 boys, exactly 2 boys should be there. And no girl. No girl means only all the boys are, all the children are boys. 1 or 2 girls. 1 or 2 girls. And given that the probability of a boy is 0.5, that means here we are already given p equal to 0.5. So obviously q equal to 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5. Okay, and here a sample of 4 children is there. That is small n equal to 4 and capital N equal to 1,000. And here what do we want to find out? How many would you expect to have? That means we want to find out here the number of families. That means how many families will involve. How many families are there among 1,000 families which have at least one boy? So here the number of families which have at least one boy equal to, always wherever we require to find out some number of families, as we discussed in the last example, in the last lecture, number of families, that means we will have to multiply this by capital N into the probability. Probability is what? At least one boy. At least one boy means probability of x greater than or equal to 1. So here capital N is 1,000. And this is what? It is probability greater than or equal to 1. That means we will have to find out for x equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. Because small n equal to 4. So it takes too much time. So here we will subtract this and write down that this is for less than 1. That means 1,000 into 1 minus B will start from 0. So 0 and P. Here it is only 1 because 1 is less than. So we are not including this one. and this is nothing but 1000 into 1 minus, it is NC0, 4C0 into Q raised to X, Q is 0.5 raised to 4 minus 0, it is 4, and P is 0.5 raised to 0. So you can calculate this one very easily and find out the number of families. So the answer is here 937.5, and that means approximately 938. That means among 1000 families, 938 families will have at least one boy. At least one boy. If it has one boy, then the three are girls. Two boys, then two are girls. Three boys, then one is girl. Four boys, then no girl. Okay. So now let us proceed for the second term. Second one. Two boys. Two boys means same we will write here that the number of families which have two boys, is equal to capital A into probability of capital X equal to 2. Exactly X equal to 2. Exactly X equal to 2. That means two boys means it will have two girls. And this is nothing but N is 1000, and this is nothing but B, X and P, that means 2, N, P. Okay. So 1000 into 4C2, Q raised to 4 minus 2, that means 2, and P raised to 4 minus 2. So you can calculate this one. The remaining part I am leaving for you. So here the number of families will be 375. That means 375 families are there among 1000 which have exactly two boys. Similarly here in the third question, no girls. So similarly here you can write down the number of families which have no girl. No girl means all are boys. Among four children are there, and among four all are boys. And this is nothing but no girl means we will have to find out probability for exactly X equal to 4. Exactly all four are boys, because probability of success is we are taking as a probability of boy. Okay, so we are not taking here X equal to 0. That means no girl means X equal to 0. It does not mean, because success probability it is related based with boy. So this is nothing but B 4 and P. So 4C4, Q raised to 4 minus 4 0, and 0.5 raised to 4. So this will be 62.5 answer. That is approximately 63. That is 63 families are there in which there is no girl. Okay. Then expected number of families for one or two girls. For one or two girls means either one girl or two girl. So what do we mean? That means it is 1000 into. So if it has one girl, suppose one girl, then that means it has three boys. Three boys means this probability is 3 and P. Plus if it has two girls, that means it has two boys. So the probability will be 2 and P. So you can find out this value as we have done in the other three parts. So the answer will be 625. Okay. So this is also very simple question. Now let us see another example. Another example. Assuming that on an average one telephone number out of 15 call between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. on weekdays in busy is busy on weekdays is busy. What is the probability that if 6 randomly selected telephone, 6 randomly selected telephone numbers are called 1, not more than 3, more than 3, 2, at least 3 of them would be busy. So here again the solution is very simple because we are given all the data very clearly. Here assuming that on an average one telephone number out of 15, one telephone number out of 15 is busy during this time period. Within this busy 1 hour, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So the probability of a telephone number remaining busy during this time is given. We will consider this as probability of success. So it is obviously 1 by 15 because out of 15 one telephone number is busy during these times on weekdays. Then we want to find out whatever we want to find out, we will just determine Q. Q is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 15 means 14 by 15. So after that we read what is the probability that if 6 randomly selected telephone. Now we are taking a sample of 6 telephone numbers, that is small n equal to 6. So which are called, so 6 telephone numbers are called at randomly. So we want to find out one not more than 3 would be busy. That means the required probability equal to not more than 3. Not more than 3 means what? Probability of capital X less than or equal to 3. Maximum 3. So this is nothing but for x equal to 0, x equal to 1, x equal to 2 and x equal to 3. That means b of 0 NP plus b of 1 NP plus b of 2 NP plus b of 3 NP. And you can know that this is nothing but 6C0 Q raised to 14 by 15 raised to 6 minus 0 means 6 into 1 P raised to 0. Plus this is what? This is 6C1 14 by 15 whole raised to 6 minus 1 means 5 and 1 by 15 raised to 1, and other two you can write down very easily. And finally if you will calculate this by using your enumerator, that means by using calci, you will get a probability 0.995. Second part is what? At least 3 of them would be busy. At least that is the required probability here. Required probability is equal to at least 3 means more than 3 should be there. That means x greater than or equal to 3. So probability of x greater than or equal to 3, we need to find out binomial probability. For x equal to 3, 4, 5 and 6. That means 4 different binomial probabilities we require to find out, then to add up them. So instead of this, we will write down this as 1 minus probability of x less than or equal to 2. Okay? So this is nothing but 1 minus b0, x equal to 0 and p, plus b1 and p, plus b2 and p. And by using the same concept, you can do it very easily. And the answer for this one is 0.0051. So here you complete this process right now. That means after completion of this lecture, because I am giving you sufficient time to practice yourself. So you will not require extra time for your practice. You can practice all these examples during this time period or within this lecture only, because you will get 37 minutes to practice all these examples, and all the doubts will be clear to you. Okay, now let us see one more example which was also asked in the examination. Example, suppose you are taking another multiple choice test in mathematics. The test consists of 40 questions, each having 5 options. Normally we are giving 4 options only, but in this example I will consider 5 options. Okay, if you guess at all 40 questions, what are the mean and standard deviation of the number of correct answers? So this is also very simple. So there are 40 questions in a test, and each question is given 5 options. So what is the probability of getting the answer to be correct? Obviously there are 5 options, so one option will be correct. That means the probability of correct answer, that means the probability of success is P. Given that the probability of success, that means correct answer, to getting correct answer, is equal to P equal to 1 by 5, because among 5 options one answer is correct. So 1 by 5, therefore Q equal to what? Q equal to 1 minus 1 by 5, that means 4 by 5. And small n is what? Small n is nothing but there are 40 questions, because it is a sample of 40 questions. And then after that, what do we want to find out? Mean and standard deviation. These are very simple by using this, because we have already seen the formula for this. Therefore mean equal to NP and standard deviation equal to sigma equal to square root of NPQ, because we have already noted that variance means sigma square equal to NPQ. So here n is already given 40, p is also given 1 by 5, so you can calculate this 8. Here square root of NPQ, n is 40, p is 1 by 5 and q is 4 by 5. Okay, so you can find out this again by using your calci, and your answer will be 2.5298. So friends, you must have observed this example that it is also very simple and very easy to use. Okay, you can practice yourself this question also. Now let us see. I will give you one more example for your practice. I will not give you the hint. I will not give you the hint. Only for your practice. The sum and product of the mean and the variance of a binomial distribution are 24 and 128. Find the binomial distribution. Binomial distribution, that means here I am giving you the hint. Binomial distribution means we want to find out here B, X and P, only the probabilities. Actually if we are given capital N, then we can find out the numbers also, number of families like this. Okay, so here B, X and P we want to find out, and X is taken from which number to? So as I always told to you that it is starting from 0, 1, 2, and it ends up to which number? It ends up to N. But what is N? N is not given here directly, but we are given mean and variance. But you know that NP is mean, NP equal to 24, and variance is NPQ sigma square, it is 128. And by using these two, it is given that the sum and product, sum of NP standard variation, that means NP plus NPQ equal to 24, and NP into NPQ equal to 128. Okay, so by using this you can obtain the values of N, P and Q, and then you can find out the probabilities. But here I am telling you that your P will be 1/2, Q will be 1/2, and your small n will be 32. So it is not possible to find out all the probabilities for 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 32. So you can keep it as it is, 32 C X 1/2 raised to 32 minus X, and Q is 1/2 raised to X, and then you can write down X equal to 0, 1, 2 dot N. So friends, with this I am completing the concept of binomial distribution. Next time we will see another distribution known as Poisson distribution.